take a look at how natural Ken Griffey's swing appears to be. He doesn't seem to force it. His bat just flows through the hitting zone and the ball goes 475 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and baseball fans of all ages, buckle up, because today we are talking about the man, the myth, the backwards cap legend, Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, or as I like to call him, the Sultan of Smooth.
Junior is putting on a show now. Big Mac, your round was the first. Now I'm warming up.
Once upon a time, November 21st, in Donora, Pennsylvania, a baby was born. The same birthday as Donora native and legendary Cardinals great Stan the Man Musial. That baby was Ken Griffey Jr., son of Ken Griffey Sr., a solid major league player, 3 times All-Star, 2-time World Series champ himself. So basically, baseball was in his DNA. Jr. wasn't just born into baseball, he practically invented swagger. While other kids were eating Lunchables and trading baseball cards, Griffey was hitting baseballs into orbit. Griffey attended Archbishop Moeller High School and was also multi-sports star there, playing football at wide receiver, like Lebron at St. Mary St. Vincent in Akron, Ohio. This could explain Junior's ability to steal home runs over the fence. Griffey also received his share of scholarships from Big Ten schools to be their wide receiver, but Griffey turned them down as baseball was his true love.
Okay, we're ready to go then with the first round. The first selection goes to Seattle.
Seattle selects number 1154, Fuller High School, Cincinnati, Ohio, George Kenneth Griffey, center field.
Seattle's selection is George Kenneth Griffey, center fielder from Moeller High School in Ohio.
He kind of emulates me a little bit. He swings sort of like I do, but he has both hands on the batters. They would probably say a lot, because I have a tendency to take my hand off, but he doesn't. And he hits for a lot more power. Between his junior and senior year, he grew about 4 or 5 inches and gained almost 40 pounds. And he was a lot quicker, and they wanted him to run tailback, I think, in Moeller. Moeller's one of the premier football schools in the Cincinnati area, and he just decided to play baseball.
At 17 years of age, Ken Griffey Jr. is out on his own. The #1 choice in baseball's amateur draft signed a contract with the Seattle Mariners for a fat bonus and suddenly finds himself thousands of miles from home playing in strange ballparks. Fortunately, his father, Major Leaguer Ken Griffey, had some good advice for him when he left.
Don't call home. He said, call home as much as you want, because I know it's going to be hard. I called home as much as possible. And he didn't know I was going to call home every day. So he sort of upset at that. He said, your signing bonus may go towards the phone bill.
So after being drafted, Griffey headed to Bellingham, Washington to play for the Bellingham Mariners. And 2 games into his minor league career, he hit his first home run. In January of 1988, the offseason between his first and second minor league season. Junior felt the pressure of the spotlight. He was up late hours feeling depressed and had a strained relationship with his father. One night, Junior emptied a bottle of aspirin and swallowed it, while his then-girlfriend tried to stop him. Then when he was done, he threw up a blue contents, alarming the family, and then was taken to the intensive care unit. After this, Griffey's father was irate and went to the hospital, not to console his son, but to chew him out. So Junior ripped out his IV and told him to stop yelling at him. After talking with his dad, Junior noted that this depression stemmed from hate and racial slurs from relatives of a team staff member of the Bellingham Mariners.
He said, you could tell me anything, and I ain't gonna judge it. Yeah. And I was like, when did you become that guy?
1988 gave Junior the change of scenery he needed, moving him to the Single-A Advantage San Bernardino Spirit, where he hit .338 with 11 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Then for the last 17 games of the season, he was moved to the Double-A Vermont Mariners, where he kept up the pace. And then his rookie pro debut began in 1989, joined the big leagues. By 1989, Griffey Jr. steps onto the MLB stage and instantly makes it his. First home game, first pitch, boom, home run. This dude wasn't playing baseball. He was filming a highlight reel. Now let's talk about that swing, poetry in motion. Scientists still can't explain it. Poets have written sonnets about it. Pitchers, they have nightmares about it. His swing was so smooth, it looked like he was ordering Starbucks mid-swing. You knew the ball was leaving the park the moment he connected. And if you blinked, you missed it. But Griffey wasn't just all about home runs. Oh no, his glove was like a magnet and the outfield wall, more like a trampoline. One of his most iconic plays, 1991, deep fly ball to center. Griffey runs full speed, leaps, crashes into the wall like it owes him money, and still makes the catch. He didn't just rob hitters, he snatched their dignity.
Got MVP potential. The pitch to him. Swung on and a fly ball hit deep into the gap in right center field. The kid on his horse. Back to the warning track. The wall makes the leap and makes an unbelievable catch. My, oh my. He is down at the 380 marker, and it's one of the most incredible catches you will ever want to see. There is no way a human being gets to that ball.
And then the family business hit legendary status. In 1990, Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. became the first father-son duo to play on the same MLB team at the same time. Like an episode of The Fresh Prince, but with more dingers.
Back-to-back singles by Griffey and Griffey of the Mariners are in business.
To be able to be out there and play the game, you know, with your son and with your dad. As a kid, without a father, is something that that would have been a dream come true.
And the cherry on top, both hit back-to-back home runs in the same game. I mean, come on. How many of us can't even beat our dad in checkers? And these two are out here smashing baseballs side by side.
Pitch is hit deep into left center field, and Bishop will look up, and father and son have hit back-to-back home runs. My, oh my, etch that in your baseball history book.
Not to be outdone, says Junior. His 20th of the year.
History made here last night at the Big A with father and son going back to back, and with all the emotions that's been racing through you two guys the last 2 weeks, it seems like it couldn't get any better, but last night it did. How'd that feel?
It felt real good. You know, after I hit mine, I was hoping that he got a good pitch to at least, you know, try to drive it somewhere. And the way the ball was jumping out of this ballpark, if he got it up in the air, he had a shot of getting it out of there. And when he hit it, I said, yeah, it's out of here.
Let's look at the swings one more time. Junior, I want your description of your swing quickly.
Quick. Look at it, head on the ball.
All right, Dad.
Mine is just a little quicker.
Quicker?
I just hit the ball a little further, and, you know, I get out the box a lot quicker. Stand 5 feet in front of the box.
Experience in youth. It's always an argument over which is more valuable, the strength of youth or the experience of the veteran player. Which one came through last night, Junior?
Mine.
But whose went farther?
Mine.
Yeah, because I guess there was a lot of pressure on you having a dad like this.
Well, it was. I start off every time he comes to see me play, I wouldn't hit. Open for and strike out 3 times. No contact.
Yeah. So when he was around, you couldn't hit?
No. It took me 5 years. He called it the longest slump. It took me 5 years. It actually took me 5 years. Last time I seen him get a hit, he was 12. The next time I seen him get a hit, he was 17 after his first year in pro ball. And I go to the games to watch him in high school. His coach would tell me, don't even show up because he can't play in front of me. I said, if he can't play in front of me, he won't be able to play in front of anybody, you know. But it just got to a point where I just told him one day to say, hey, you know, just think I'm your mother. So I always showed up in front of her, weave, a long leg, and shaved and everything.
And then the family business hit legendary status. Earlier we spoke about stealing homers from opposition. He also had his iconic moment of stealing from Dad.
Oh, don't talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. That just grounded him. You want me to talk about him getting grounded, don't you? When I first got in the outfield, I said, I'm gonna cover 3 square feet and the rest is yours.
The decision reached to pitch to it. Sammy shoots a high fly out into left center. And it's Ken Griffey Jr. taking the play.
I didn't think it was funny. So what I did was I jogged off the field, got into the dugout. I said, come here. I said, you're grounded. And I took the car keys from him.
1993 was a big season for Griffey as he competed in the home run derby and tied an MLB record, homering in 8 straight games.
That may have hit the warehouse, and they announce it did.
In 1993, Ken homered in 8 consecutive games, a major league record tied with first baseman Dale Long and the great Yankee first baseman Don Mattingly. In 1994, 1998, and 1999, Griffey Jr. also won the crown for Home Run Derby champ, putting on a show every year with his patented backwards cap in 98 and 99.
Yes, he can!
See, I tell you, all of this is just a natural swing for Griff. Everyone else has to try to help it a little bit. But this is just his natural swing.
Remember, he hit the warehouse at Camden Yards last year. He's just hit the warehouse at Camden Yards again, except it's about 400 miles from here. And stave off the crowd to that man right there, Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, Ken Griffey Jr., again, he had to be the favorite simply because he leads the major leagues in home runs. He's in. Oh, that's gone. That's way out.
John Garbage Jr.'s got 7. Make his spot in the second round.
He doesn't have to change anything. Even McGuire has that big uppercut. Griffey's is just a great, slight uppercut to his swing.
Oh, Junior is putting on a show now. Big Mac, your round was the first. Now I'm warming up.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
Now he says, let me take aim at the deepest part of the park again. Oh, man.
Now let's get nerdy for a second, but don't worry. It's the fun kind of nerdy. Over 22 seasons, 630 career home runs, 10 gold gloves, in 13 all-star selections, 7 silver sluggers, and a fan favorite vote that could rival a Taylor Swift concert. This man made crushing baseballs look like a hobby.
Usually go to hamate ball. Check swing. Well hit ball, and there it goes. Number 300 for Ken Griffey Jr. One of the youngest ever in the major leagues to reach the 300 home run plateau. A 2-run shot way back to right field here at Jacobs Field. It's number 300 for Ken Griffey Jr. And it's now the Indians 6 and the Mariners 5. And for Griffey, his second home run in this ball game. He becomes the second youngest player in Major League history to hit 300 home runs behind the late, great Jimmy Fox.
But even superheroes take damage. Throughout the 2000s, injuries slowed him down. His hamstrings betrayed him more than your GPS does during rush hour. Still, Griffey came back again and again, and even when the speed wasn't there, the swing never left. Over his career, Jr. became a pop culture icon, the first Major League Baseball player with his own shoe deal. With the Air Griffey Max 1 in 1996, the video game, Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. Wheaties endorsements like MJ, and his own chocolate bar. And one of the most coveted baseball cards of the 90s is still the '89 Upper Deck Griffey Jr. rookie card.
How did the world's most celebrated athlete want to remember his visit to the All-Star game? How else? By getting an autograph from one of baseball's hottest stars.
Where Ken Griffey go?
I think we'll pull that.
Turn this off and do whatever you got to do. Let me get my autograph.
Do I give it to you?
No. I'm going to it. I may go by and touch it.
Michael, did you get him any tips?
I'm going to leave my number over at Carmen. I take it off my back here. I see the White Sox all the time. They give me those. Go get another one. Come when it comes to Chicago, get mad at you.
A few tidbits about Ken Griffey Jr. before we close this. One thing is that fans appreciate the fact that he never used steroids.
Try some. Wow, it's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. Excellent. Now.
Good Lord. Gigantism.
He's back with a 3-1. Griffey swings. There it goes. Long fly ball, right field. It is a number 600 for Ken Griffey Jr. A no-doubter about halfway up in the lower deck and right.
Another note is that Griffey hated the New York Yankees with a vengeance from when he was a little kid. And when he got 5 home runs on them in 1995 during the American League Division Series, it was one of his finest moments.
I saw the documentary. I think it was a documentary where you said,
okay, 238 so far. Attacking another 260. Well, maybe make it 259. Gets under this one. Does it have left? Back to the roll.
give me some of the toughest pitchers that you face that you like, you know what? If I'm not on my A game today, he can embarrass me.
Pedro Martinez.
He has stuff, he had electric stuff?
Well, you see what
I just remember the 99 All-Star, if I'm not mistaken, the 99 All-Star game.
Yeah, that's what I was like, ooh. Look, I went back to Seattle, talking about, hey, can we get like 5 of him? They were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, just, okay, give me 3. But to watch, when you have Randy Johnson, you know.
You played with Randy.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy was fun, but Randy was my locker partner. So Randy would be moody, but not be moody. He would only be moody if the media came up to him.
Right.
But everybody else come up to him. I mean, you know, you got guys wrestling before the game. He in there wrestling too. Then he go out and throw 7 shutout. But, you know, you have guys like that you go, man, it's like a day off out.
Griffey was always great friends with his fellow Mariners outfielder Jay Buhner, basically brothers.
But there is no other person in this world, other than my parents, that if something ever happened to me or my wife, that I would want to raise my kids.
In 2016, the moment was official. Inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame with a record-setting 99.3% of the vote. If that's not a mic drop, I don't know what is. Ken Griffey Jr. wasn't just about numbers. He was about fun. He reminded the world that baseball isn't just a game for stats and spreadsheets. It's a game for kids of all ages. And whether you were 7 or 70, every time he stepped to the plate, you knew you were about to see something special. The swing, the smile, the backwards cap, the kid, the legend, Ken Griffey Jr. Thanks for hanging out, baseball fam. Hit that like button like Griffey hitting a fastball. Subscribe for more stories about legends and drop your favorite Griffey moment in the comments. Catch you next time.
On Fernandez's glove. There goes Joey. The pitch swung on at Nelson. Deep to right field. The Mariners have done it. Fly away. Junior with a 2-run home run. And the Mariners have got the 8th inning ape off their back. They were 0 for 43. Junior's 2-run home run. The Mariners win it 9-7.